So, welcome to a Frazzlog here, Central New York, home of crazy bitches and also horrible gas prices. Be sure to swing by and get your $2.50 gas. Welcome to a Frazzlog though. Had a weird situation at work. So I've had very few encounters where I actually feel the need to like stand my ground and kind of defend my actions, or like kind of raise my voice a little bit, or kind of clash with the clash that's coming at me. Usually I'm pretty good about just defusing the situation or just telling them how it is, and just basically I don't go out of my way to start troubles or start fights or be labeled as disrespectful, as today I have been officially dubbed. So in my store there is there's a deli, there's a produce department, there's a meat department, there is a frozen and dairy department, a general merchandise department, a pharmacy. It's a basic grocery store that has the essentials or whatever. So I'm technically in grocery department currently. I have been given a different position in the store, but until that's official, I am officially in grocery, and I have been for the past 4 years. So since I've started at this store, there was something that, my friend who used to be the night crew manager before I took over, he always told me, don't worry about taking the, when the new truck comes in, like, obviously we have to get our grocery product off the truck. It's an unrefrigerated truck, but like, obviously we need to work our stuff. But what else comes on that truck is supplies for all the departments. So, gloves, containers for products that need to be sold in containers, things like that. Donut boxes, and then also we get the general merchandise and health and beauty stock. It's all one department. General merchandise and health and beauty products. It's, shampoos, batteries, cat litter boxes, cat toys, animal toys, the stuff that humans don't consume. So this is another department in the store. It's a small department, don't get me wrong. There's only 2 aisles for that department, but they've got things scattered throughout the store. And it's honestly one of those departments that I like that smaller scope. There's a manager and assistant manager. That's the only help they get. And to be fair, that's the only help they need. Like, that's more than enough, Am I gonna get past up here? But, so anyways, I like that department. The manager in that department, I never liked her because the manager before was really nice and sweet, and like, she went out of her way to like greet everybody in the store, and she was a friendly manager, a manager you could feel comfortable with. She would, if you had a question, she would do her best to help you. She never went out of her way to burden you with anything or anything like that. Well, shortly after I started working there, this other lady took over. She was another department manager, but then she moved over to the GM department. So I never really got along with her. I never had anything wrong with her exactly. Like, I'd say hi to her every morning. She'd say hi back or whatever. And she was, she was just an elder lady that worked there. I never really talked to her about anything. She never really talked to me about anything. So, whatever. So over the course of a couple of years, I've typically taken off her stock that comes in. It comes scattered across 3 different pallets, but I go out of my way to sort it out, bring it out, and just like kind of put it in the hallway so she has access to it. But as deadlines get tighter and I have less and less time to do a common courtesy, something that's well out of my job description, and I have no reason to do this, which plays into what my old manager used to say, which was just leave it on the truck, don't worry about it. I always took that extra, 5 minutes to just make sure everything, that's off the truck and ready and available. And like I said, as time has gotten stricter and I have had less time to, take that extra 5 minutes to get that whole deal situated and like dealt with, I've just been leaving it on the truck because A, it's not hard to pull a pallet off the truck. B, it's really not my job to do that. And so I kind of got jaded out a while ago, and I said, fuck it, I'll just leave the pallets on the truck. So that's where I was standing with that. Now my assistant, he's a very, very young and peppy guy. He loves helping people. He hasn't been cummed on yet. He hasn't really been shitted on. I mean, he has in his own ways, but he hasn't been to the degree that I have been. So he, up until recently, he was cool with, like after we're done breaking down everything, he would go in there and pull their stuff off, which is nice of him. More than appreciated. Apparently underappreciated because before he just transferred out of the store, I believe the exact sentence, which I'm not sure if this is 100% accurate, but it's very similar to what I'm about to say. She said to him, "Oh, thanks for taking my stuff off the truck. It only took you until you were leaving the store to actually do your job correctly." So that is, to me, that is a very big slap in the fucking face, and he was furious, which I agree. That was the best course of action. So that was with his situation. My situation today, which was a little different. So I'm sitting there talking to a customer, regular customer, comes in all the time. She's very nice. Checks in on me every morning just to see where I'm at in life because she knows that my life's changing. And very nice lady. I believe she's actually a school teacher, so that's pretty cool. But no, so this crazy broad comes out of fucking the room. Hi, can you get my product off the truck? I was like, oh, you had product? I didn't know you had product last night. Because I didn't. I got there at 11:30 at night. How the fuck am I supposed to know she had stuff in there? So, at this point, I'm not breaking down the trucks anymore, is what I'm getting at. So I literally had no idea that she had this stuff back there. So she's like, well, can you come get it or whatever? And I was like, yeah, let me, I'm helping a customer here. She's like, okay, yeah, take your time. I kind of need it though. So she walks away, and then I'm talking to the customer for another couple minutes. She leaves, and then I defaulted back to what I was doing before. My job, my department's priority, which is getting all of our stock up and getting the entire store pulled forward, all of the product. So I'm back to doing that, and then 5 minutes goes by, and I get paged over the intercom. Blah, 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 can you come back to receiving real quick? Blah, 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 come back to receiving. And I said, no. So I didn't respond at all. I just doing my job, making the store look damn good. And so all of a sudden I get paged, Frazzleberry, can you dial this number, please? Frazzleberry, dial this number. And I said, I'll let him wait a couple more minutes. So I waited probably 2 or 3 more minutes, finished up the section I was at. Finally dialed back there. I said, yeah, what do you need? And they said, well, are you gonna come back here and help me out finally? And I said, I would, but I'm busy right now. And they said, what are you doing that's so important? I said, well, I'm doing my job, first of all, but no, I'm lining and leveling right now, and I'm finishing up a little bit of the last stock. And so she says, well, you told me you were gonna come back here and help me. I said, no, I said I might come back there in a couple minutes or whatever. She's like, well, I need to get my product done. I'm the only one here working today. I was like, well, I just saw your assistant running around here. What do you mean you're the only person? She's not helping me today. I was like, oh okay. Well, I can't help you. I'm working in grocery currently. She said, so you're gonna screw me over like this? I was like, I'm not screwing you over. I was like, don't you know how to use the pallet jack? She says, I'm not certified. I was like, you don't have to be certified to use the pallet jack. Yes, you do. No, that's the power jack you're thinking of, which is an electric piece of equipment, which I understand that you should be certified to use that. But no, so she's sitting there like bugging out on the phone or whatever, and then she said, fine then, thanks. And then she slams the fucking phone down on me, disconnects the call or whatever. So I'm immediately like, well, what the fuck's this bitch's problem? whatever. So she does that, and then I go back to my aisle. I'm over there in the cereal aisle, and her assistant comes out and says, "Really? You couldn't come back here and help us?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "It would take 2 seconds to come back here and unload the truck, but you're not helping us." And I was like, "Well, you know, those 2 seconds you just spent talking to me could have been spent pulling those pallets off the truck." And she says, what'd she say? She says, what'd she say? Oh, I said I have load to throw. And she says, what the hell did she say? She says, "Well, I could have, the next time you call me in early to help out, because this assistant is the only person in the store capable of running the receiving department outside of the receiving manager. But the receiving manager is a very incompetent driver who lives about 15-20 miles out of town, and whenever it rains or snows, she usually calls in. So, like, I usually call this assistant lady in all the time to cover, which is awesome. But the problem with that is she's telling me now, next time you call me in, I'm not coming in to help you guys. I have load to throw." So she's like, you know, bouncing back my own words or whatever. I mean, but the thing is, she's not helping me. She's helping the store out. So I really could give a shit, like, if she actually comes in or not. That's only going to make her look bad for denying, or well, not denying, but yeah, just like denying the call. And, you know, she's going to have to come in at 7:30 or whatever and explain to the managers, "Oh, you know, he called me in, but I'm not coming in because he didn't help us do our job." So, fuck them. Crazy bitches. That wasn't the worst part. The worst part was after this all happened, I'm over there stocking an aisle. I'm stocking the chips. And the manager comes back over to me. Which, at this point, she's already made a threat of, "Wait till the managers get here at 7:30. They're going to have words for you." So I got that thrown at me at one point. But no, so I'm over there stocking chips. It's like 7:30, 7:45 now. I've seen a couple of the managers come in. And she comes over to me, like, out of her aisle. I'm at the very end of her aisle, actually. Like, where the chips are, they're, like, at the very end of, like, the shampoo aisle. And I could see her in there stocking it, and I could see her, like, glazing her eyes at me, just making fucking vicious demon eyes at me. So she finally comes towards me, and I'm like, okay, here she comes. I know she's going to confront me. So she comes down, and she says, "That was extremely disrespectful of you." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Not helping me?" I said, it's funny, what the fuck was it? I said, "Oh, aren't you the department manager?" And she said, "Yes, I've been department," or she said, "I've been in this company for 38 years. And I said, "Oh, I figured you should know how to use a pallet jack by now." And she said, "I'm old enough to be your grandma." So, like, I'm confused. I'm like, instantly like, well, I jump back at well, it seems like you've got enough experience to use one. And she was like, she didn't know how to respond, so she kept, like, dodging the bullet, saying, "You're the worst night crew manager I've ever seen. Blah, 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 blah. You're so disrespectful. You're immature." And it's like, you literally slammed a phone. And I kept bringing that up to her. I was like, you know, you're twice my age, almost 3 times my age, and you're slamming phones. I was like, that's very immature. And she said, "Yeah, well, this conversation's over." And then she started, like, walking away. And she came back over after that and said some more thing. I forget, though, but I don't get these crazy fucking people, dude. Like, literally, you're a department manager, and then to say, one of the things she said was, "I've never had a night crew manager deny helping me out." As if that's gonna offend me, or, like, you know, piss me off or anger me or something. I don't give a shit if I'm the only fucking manager who's never said that to you. Like, that's sad that no other manager has ever said that to you. Like, I'm sorry. But fuck the crazy bitch. She's been at this company for 38 years. Like, that's fucking horrible. She's literally been there since she was, like, 16 or something at that point. I don't get it. She's an old fucking cougar, too. Not a cougar. She's actually a nasty bitch, but it's whatever. I hope her husband's happy. Oh, wait, he's dead. I don't know. Maybe she'll die peacefully. That's all I can hope for. But I'm gonna end this video here. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Almost 2 gigs for this video.